Have you noticed that most people in the conventional healthcare system never asks why or makes an attempt to find the root cause and discuss natural solutions with you? They just slap on a label, hand over a prescription, and send families on their way. Autism, ADHD, anxiety, SPD, and sometimes it's the same thing in the natural or holistic health world. Lyme disease, MTHFR, COMT, PANS, PANDAS, etc. All too often, this leaves parents and patients feeling like they're stuck with that condition and that label for life. Nothing really is answering the question that every parent is desperately asking. What is really going on with my child? Labels don't heal. They don't calm the chaos. They don't help kids sleep, speak, or smile again. But that's exactly what today's system is handing out. Labels instead of answers. Diagnoses instead of direction. It's time we flip the script. This video is for frustrated parents who feel like they're collecting diagnoses and labels for their children without getting any real answers or lasting solutions, and who are ready to understand the root cause behind their child's health and ready to tackle it and do something about it. Let's start with a statistic that really should absolutely shock you. 40% of children today in America are living with at least one chronic condition. Some research puts that number above 50%. So basically, 1 in 2 kids are chronically sick. That is simply not okay. That means nearly half of our children are dealing with conditions like autism, ADHD, allergies, asthma, anxiety, autoimmune conditions, or other ongoing health challenges. This represents an unprecedented health crisis that somehow wasn't making headlines until recently, when thankfully, people like Secretary Kennedy and others started to speak up and take action. Even more concerning is that a meta-analysis of multiple studies shows that the number of youth receiving antipsychotic medications has increased from 50% to 200% over the last 20 years. We're not just seeing more sick kids. We're seeing more kids being medicated at younger and younger ages. This path to medication dependency starts with one thing, a diagnosis and a label. The way conventional medicine works, once they put a label on your child, then medication is the next automatic step. They don't explore root causes, they don't offer natural nervous system focused drug-free options, and they don't even pretend to actually address the issue. They just cover it up with medication. There's one reason why we do need labels, and that is to gain access to services. A formal diagnosis can unlock school-based supports like IEPs, speech therapy, occupational therapy, and accommodations that may otherwise be denied. Many therapies, equipment, and other interventions require a diagnosis code for health insurance or state programs to pay for them. Having a diagnosis can help families communicate needs to teachers, employers, and to medical providers without constant re-explaining. A diagnosis can connect families to specific programs, funding, and community resources they didn't know even existed. But these diagnoses as labels can also limit your kid's potential identity shift. It can cause them to see themselves as broken. They can see that the diagnosis is them themselves and not just a diagnosis. It can create a fixed mindset and lower their belief in their ability to heal and grow. Autistic versus a child with autism, victim mentality type things. Labels can unintentionally teach children to expect less of themselves, assume they can't change, and rely on others for solutions instead of building resilience. A diagnosis often becomes the ticket to long-term prescriptions where the focus shifts to symptom management rather than root cause healing. Providers may focus only on treatments related to that label, ignoring holistic or upstream causes. If you're tired of just getting more and more labels and then more and more medications, and you want to learn about neurologically focused chiropractic care and how it may be able to help your child and your family, simply click the link in our bio, comment below, or send us a DM to learn more.